Hello everyone, welcome to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. About me, I am Sandeep Bhushan Thummala. I have 8 years of teaching experience for civil services. I teach international relations, internal security and analysis of the Hindu newspaper, which will be very useful for the prelims as well as mains examination. And this video is in regards to how to crack prelims and mains 2020, and I would be emphasizing on the keywords and the key phrases. So this is the tagline for all the civil servant aspirants, that we need to make sure that we identify the keywords and the key phrases from the newspaper, from the news, wherein we can make sure that those keywords and the key phrases will be very important from UPSC point of view in regards to framing a questions for prelims and also for the mains examination. So when we are in the mode of getting into know or exact about the keywords and the key phrases, then we can make sure that we arrive at the factual and analytical questions for the prelims. So definitely the keywords and the key phrases will make you more equipped in identifying the factual and analytical question for the mains examination. So the keywords and the key phrases are very important for the prelims as well as mains examination. While you are writing an answer, the imbibing of the keywords and the key phrases in your answers is also very important, and my session will be definitely useful for the prelims as well as mains examinations. So before that, you have a notification in regards to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, which is India's largest learning platform. Once you subscribe to it, you will have a live on recorded courses, and then it will be from the India's best educators. And the privileges what you get once you subscribe are the daily live classes, live testing quizzes, the structured courses, and also the unlimited access to all the live and recorded courses. And these are the top educators at Unacademy, wherein you can see it on your screen. Along with them, the top educators and academy are the one which you can also have a glance at on your screen. And in regards to Let's Crack UPSC CS English, the courses offered by Unacademy are economy, history, current affairs, and all the other courses which you can also see it on your screen. And again, once again, in regards to the Let's Crack UPSC CS English, the courses offered by Unacademy are the governance, internal security, social issues, and all others which you can also see it on your screen. And in regards to the Let's Crack UPSC CS English subscription, you have 12-month subscription and 24-month subscription. Wherein 12-month subscription, the original price is 40,000, and the 24-month subscription, the original price is 48,000. So it's always recommended to go ahead with 24-month subscription in regards to Let's Crack UPSC CSE English subscription using my code SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, wherein you get 10% discount on the original price, that is 48,000. You will get the discounted price on the original, that is 48,000. 10% discounted price would be 43,200. So it's always recommended to go ahead with the subscription or 24 months, because it is a benefit for all the civil servant aspirants, because all the civil servant aspirants will be paying the amount only for the 13 months, but you will get the entire subscription for the 24 months, that is 12 months plus 1 month. 12 month, the original price is 40,000, and then 1 month, the original price is 8,000. So both together, 12 plus 1 13, 40 plus 8 48,000. So you are getting the 48,000 for the entire 24 month subscription. So make sure that this is a privilege which has been offered, being given opportunity to the civil servant aspirants by Unacademy. So make the maximum use and utilize the offer by the Unacademy to the civil servant aspirants, that you are paying just only for 13 months amount, but you are getting the entire subscription for the 24 months. So do take the advantage. And the one who haven't still subscribed for the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, do not forget to use my code, that is SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, and then you can get the discounted price would be not even 48,000, but the discounted price would be 43,200. So you are effectively not even paying exactly for 13 months. You are paying the amount less than 13 months, that is almost close to 4,800 rupees. You are paying less than the 13 months. So please do take the maximum benefit of subscribing for the 24-month subscription. And also the Unacademy has also launched the UPSC CS English in 10 minutes, which all the topics will be covered in less than 10 minutes. And this is very important because the sessions will be taken up in English, and all the topics will be covered which are useful for the UPSC CS English, and all the topics will be explained in under 10 minutes, and all the topics which are relevant for the UPSC CS English will be crisp, concise, and to the point. So as you are having the access to the channel, that is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel, please do have the access to even UPSC CSE English in 10 minutes, which will be very useful for you in regards to the last minute preparation, in regards to having a very good information in regards to one particular information within 10 minutes. So it is very important you also go ahead with the access in regards to the channel, that is UPSC CSE English in 10 minutes. And today's topic is in regards to the analysis of the Hindu newspaper. And before I get into the topic, that is the analysis of the Hindu newspaper, I would say very good morning to all the live learners. Good morning to all, to the live learners who are in the live chat, and then also to everyone who would be watching this video. Very good morning to you, and good morning to Malvika Sajivan, Sudarshan Shanmugam, Muskan Singh, also very good morning. And then we will get into the topic, that is today's newspaper, which it talks about the deliberations on to end LAC tension. So definitely there we have seen there is a face off between India and China troops, Indian and Chinese troops. There is a face off in the eastern part of Ladakh and also in the Sikkim region. So definitely there is a tension between both the countries, that is both the troops, especially in the line of actual control in the eastern Ladakh region. So definitely to end the tension, both the countries and both the troops, both the governments at the military level are going ahead with the deliberations, that is discussions are going on to end the LAC. So definitely the military commanders from both the end, that is India and China, are making up various deliberations into the process, so that they are also opening up along with the deliberations. Along with the deliberation, they are also opening up the other channels of communication. So these are very important, because we need to make sure that there is an end to the tension which is erupting between India and China in regards to the line of action control. And in regards to that, there are deliberations which have been taken up by the military commanders from both the sides. So there is deliberations and channels of communication to resolve the issue that is in LAC, which is the eastern part of the Ladakh region, that is Ladakh Union Territory. And there is an issue in regards to the, especially in the Pyongyang Sol Lake, which is very important again from prelims point of view, which could be again geography map based questions. So these are the areas wherein you need to look at what is the issue which is going on in the newspapers, and then link it to the various subjects, that is how your preparation, that is the macro and micro level strategic preparation has to be. That is what I say, macro and micro level strategic preparation has to be, making sure that you are emphasizing on the keywords, identifying the keywords and the key phrases, which will be very important for the prelims point of view. So make sure that the one of the keyword here is that the issue which is happening between, or the face off between the India and China, that is during along the LAC, is the line of actual control, is the one which is the Pyongyang Sol Lake. And this is the latest friction which is happening between both the countries, both the troops, that is India and China. And along with that, there is also another tension along with the Pyongyang Sol Lake. There is also the tension in the Galwan Lala area. So this is also an area which is having a more of tensions recent past, wherein between India and China troops, that is Galwan Nala area. And there is another development or infrastructure development which has been taken up by the government of India, and that is also really a cause of concern from Chinese point of view, and they are making a lot of issue in regards to that, and that is the China's objection, and that is the 255-kilometer Darbuk Shok Daulat Beg Oldie Road. So this is again very important. This keyword or key phrase is also very important. DSDBO road. So this is the road which has been constructed by India. That is 255 kilometers road. Again, this is very important from prelims point of view. Again, in regards to current affairs, or also again in regards to geography map based. So 255 kilometers, that is Darbuk Shok Daulat Beg Oldie road towards the Galwan Lala. So because it is heading towards the Galwan Lala, again there is also an issue which the tensions are being erupted in Galwan Lala and also in the Pyongyang Sol Lake. So definitely it is because of the 255 kilometers road which has been constructed by BRO Borders Roads Organization, that is Darbuk Shok Daulat Beg Oldie road. This is very important for you in regards to the better understanding about the entire, even in regards to the international relations, comparing it with the line of actual control and also international border between India and China, especially now. So this is very important in regards to the way India is going ahead with the infrastructure development. infrastructure development, focusing on the road, that is the connectivity. I've also said yesterday, the reason for the connectivity is to make sure that there is more of habitation, which will take place in the areas that is bordering India and China, so that the people there can definitely make sure that whatever the incursion do take place by the PLC, that is the troops of China, we can get the entire information immediately. That is why we have gone ahead with the infrastructure connection or the road connectivity, so that habitation will take place. And this is what the DSDBO road is. Definitely this you need to know, because as a civil servant aspirant you need to know the in and out or all the intricacies of what is going on between India and China, and how India is developing, or India is going ahead with the development of the infrastructure in regards to the connectivity. So here from we have seen Darbuk is here, shock Darbuk, Shock, and then Daulat Beg Oldie Road. So this is very important. So it's connecting from Leh to Darbuk to Shock, and then in the Murgo it connects, and then the last one Daulat Beg Oldie, and you have here the Karakoram Pass. So this is very important, because again in regards to the geography map based, because you might be asked questions in regards to the passes between India and Pakistan, or India and also China. So these are very important, making sure that we are identifying the passes, and which would be very important for prelims point of view. So you you have this is a 255-kilometer stretch. This is 255-kilometer stretch, which is from Darbuk, Shiok, and then Daulat Beg Oldie River. This is the one again which is what do you say, it will be the eastern part of the Ladakh region. So this is very important. And in October 2019, the defense minister has strategically come up with it, because this is strategically important. Why? Because I said there is a Karakoram pass here, so it is very strategically important. Please do take it into consideration that this road is very important. That is Daulat Beg only in the eastern Ladakh, or you can call it as DSDBO, that is Darbuk Shok Daulat Beg Oli River. And there is another, what you said, Karakoram and then Chenmo ranges. So you have different ranges. I will also show you once again in the next slide. So these are the ranges wherein you have one more, what do you say, connectivity which has taken place, that is 430 meters bridge. Again, the government of India has gone ahead with has come up with the bridge construction, which has been built at an altitude of 14,650 feet by the BRO, and it has been completed in 15 months. And this is very important, because it is this bridge, that is Chewang Rinchun Setu. Chewang Rinchun Setu is again very important for current affairs, which will be part of your questions in the prelims examination. So this is Chewang Rinchun Setu, which is a bridge which will actually have, or it is between the Karakoram and the Chenmo ranges. So it is Karakoram ranges, it is between Karakoram ranges and the Chenmo ranges. So this is very important for prelims point of view. So Chewang Rinchun Setu, the 430-meter bridge, is between the Karakoram and Chenmo ranges. And this is the one, this is the bridge which has been, what do you say, connected between both the ranges, Karakoram and then Chenmo ranges. So this is Chewang Rinchun Setu, and this is dedicated to the nation, built by BRO. So this is been inaugurated, and it is a bridge between both the ranges. So these are all very important, because we need to have a proper strategic which has been taken up between taken up by the BRO and then the defense. And BRO has also built 61 Indo-China border roads. So this is important, because it has gone ahead with building 61 strategic Indo-China border roads, which is a direction under the direction, that is CSG, that is China Study Group. And in March 2019 also, Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defense. So this again, it has been expressed that satisfaction been taken up by the BRO, which has completed almost 75% of the 61 ICBRS. ICBRS is Indo-China border roads. So 61 strategic Indo-China border roads is also being taken up. The issue also is being taken up by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Defense, and they have expressed the satisfaction the way the BRO, that is Borders Roads Organization, have completed almost 75% of the construction. So this is very very important from prelims point of view, which is a face off between India and China. And there is, in regards to this, also I have taken this, the India and China, they do have the issues in Demchuk. We have seen in Pyangong Lake. Here you have Pyangong. This is Pyangong Lake. This is Pyangong Lake. And the tip of the Pyangong Lake, there is an, what do you say, skirmishes which are being taken up between Chinese troop and India. And then we have seen the river Indus here, fine, originating, and then it gets to Leh, passes through Leh, and this is the Ladakh range, and then this is the Shock River, which we have seen that DB 255 kilometer, and this is the Daulat Beg area, and this is Karakoram Pass, as I was saying in the previous. So there is, you can see the pass here, and this is the Karakoram Pass, and the one bridge which has been dedicated is between the Karakoram and then the other Chenman ranges. And then you have the Seycheng Glacier, which is the highest battlefield in the world, and you have this NJ984, which is also very important for the Siachen, and then NJ984 is very important for, again, geography map based questions. And you have the Kargil sector here, the one which we have seen the the Pakistanis have attacked from the Kargil sector. So definitely these are the highest. This is 9842, NJ9842, and this is the Siachen Glacier, which is the world's highest battlefield. And then make sure that you are definitely getting into this mode, because it is very very important that the UPSC might focus the other side of the issue which is actually happening, or which is in the newspaper. It will focus the different area of, or it will cover the different subjects or different area or different topic itself, confined to the main issue which is going on. And there is another news in regards to the fuel prices, that is, it says despite glut, GLUT. So despite the glut, cut in fuel prices is unlikely. That means it very clearly says that, what do you mean by glut? Glut means surplus or excess. So you have a glut diplomacy also between the OPEC countries. Glut diplomacy in 2014 we have seen that. So you have the glut diplomacy. Glut means surplus or excess. And then even Siddharthan have joined. Very good morning to you, Siddharthan. Good morning to you also, Siddharthan. And this, despite the glut, that means what the minister is saying, that is the Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Dharmendra Pradhan, is very clearly categorically saying that despite surplus or excess of oil or the crude oil, the cut in fuel prices is unlikely. It is very clearly categorically very made a statement by the Petroleum, that is Union Minister for Petroleum and Natural Gas Dharmendra Pradhan, has made it very clear that there will not be, or there is unlikely of cut in fuel prices. Why? And this is a very extraordinary one. The reason why it says is, it is an extraordinary, or they have ruled out for the price in cuts, even though there is supply cut, that is supply excess or excess of supply or surplus supply, even though it is there, the government or the Petroleum and Natural Gas has said that the government is cautious and conscious. The government is cautious and conscious. Why it is cautious and conscious? Because they wanted to make sure that whatever the savings, the revenue is generated by the excess of the oil, that is the slash in the prices, that is international crude oil prices. International crude oil prices have reduced, have sliced, but that has to be again forwarded, or it has to be directed to the end consumer, but that is not being done. And what the Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister, that is Dharmendra Pradhan, he says very clearly that in this situation which we are not reducing the prices, we are not cutting the prices of the fuel is unlikely, and it is an extraordinary, because we are taking this, the government is very cautious and conscious about the savings for the welfare. So definitely whatever the money the government, the revenue is being generated, or it is making the revenue, it is increasing the revenue because of the cut in the international crude oil prices. It is actually, it wanted to save it and use for the welfare of the people, and that is very very important, that it will be definitely made sure that because of the COVID-19 situation, it can be used for the COVID-19 emergency fund, and also for the welfare schemes also it can be used. So that is what the petroleum and natural gas minister Dharmendra Pradhan has very clearly, categorically said that it is an extraordinary one, and it is unlikely that we will go ahead with a cut in the prices. Fuel prices is unlikely, because they wanted to make sure that they are very cautious and conscious, and then the savings of the entire revenue will be used for the welfare, and also it could be used for the COVID-19 emergency fund. And there is another news which talks about testing up in states seeing massive return of migrants. So we have seen that migrants are here. What is happening is now reverse migration is happening. Reverse migration. This is again, please to understand this keyword, reverse migration. Reverse migration is happening. That is from the cities to it has happened from the cities to states, and then there is a possibility now that from states to cities might happen. But when there is a, what do you say, entire migration which is taking place from the cities to the states, that is to the villages, cities to the villages, respective states and villages, that means the migrants are getting, and then there is more of massive inflow of the migrants from the cities to the respective villages. So especially this has been taken up, and the Union Health Ministry has said that especially in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, West Bengal and Odisha, there's a large scale return of migrant workers. So definitely the migrants are returning back to the respective village, and this is very very important at this crucial juncture, because it needs aggressive COVID-19 testing. It needs aggressive COVID-19 testing, because all these, what is the migrants who are returning back to the villages, might be, they might be asymptomatic, and they would be carrying the virus, or they would be the carriers or the host of the SARS-CoV-2 virus. So definitely they have to go ahead with the aggressive COVID-19 testing, and that is the what is the cause of concern. And then the government has, or else even the ICMR has also scaled up in the sense it has increased the testing laboratories across the world because of the influx of the migrant workers which is taking place. And then this is very important, and Union Health Minister has also taken into consideration that we have to go ahead with the aggressive COVID-19 testing. The Union Health Ministry has said we need to go ahead with the aggressive COVID-19 testing, because the country that is India, is in the top hotspots of the COVID-19 worldwide. Top 10, among the top 10 hotspots of the COVID-19 worldwide. Please do understand. And this is definitely what we have seen, the spike every day. The spike is happening, and then 6,000 cases in just 24 hours, and it has crossed almost 1,44,000. 1,44,000 it has crossed the infected cases across the country. So therefore ICMR has gone ahead with the scaling up, or else increasing the testing. Okay, Madhu has also joined. Very good morning, Madhu. And Johan Dande has also joined. Ashish has joined. Very good morning to you all. Very good morning to Ashish. And again, in regards to Johan Dande. Okay, Johan Dande is also saying that Unacademy is following start and quit policy regarding English channel. No polity and geography series are continuing. Why? Okay, Johan. First of all, very good morning to you. Very good morning to you, Johan. And my session is in regards to the newspaper analysis, and definitely whichever are in regards to the polity, whichever are in regards to contemporary polity and geography, definitely I will focus, because as I'll just show you. So this is the one which I've taken in regards to the geography point of view, wherein I was showing the Karakoram and also the different rivers. And I'll show you one more thing. This is also I've taken. This is the Darbuk Shock Daulat Beg Oldie. So it is passing through, what do you say, how many kilometers. So I have taken this from in regards to the geography map based. So definitely wherever it is in regards to geography and then polity contemporary which is coming in the newspaper, I will definitely go ahead with what you say mapping it with the prelims, that is geography and then polity also definitely. So you can see here also the way I have gone ahead with the Demchuk and then Pangong Lake. This is the Pangong Lake wherein the issue is between, and what I'm saying is definitely an academy will come up. In regards to your doubt, an academy will definitely come up with the you wanted English channel, and definitely it will come up, and they are in the process. And I think you have even geography related, even economy and ecology and environment, and also in regards to the geography. Most of the English channels are there. You can just follow the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. There are various educators like Dhanalakshmi madam is there, and then Venkatesh sir is there, Vijay sir is there for geography. Yes, they are there. They are there. Definitely, the Unacademy is going ahead with that, Johan. So this is what I think you got. I mean, you are happy with my explanation, Johan. And then is in regards to this, the because of the scaling up by the ICMR, what is important is testing is important. That is aggressive testing for the COVID-19 is important. So there definitely the government is using the indigenous vendors. Please you understand, the government is using the indigenous vendors and manufacturers in regards to the how in regards to the producing the swabs in the sense they go ahead with the testing. That is a sample collection. That is a sample correction, RNA extraction kits, and then RT-PCR diagnostic materials. So India is going ahead with the indigenous vendors and manufacturers. So that is in regards to the swabs. Swabs in the sense you have a small what do you say a thin wherein a cotton is there, and then you will use it for the sample collection. So swabs, that is sample collections, and also in regards to the RNA extraction kits and then RT-PCR. So these diagnostic kits, the government of India is definitely going ahead with the uh, indigenous vendors and manufacturers, because we need to go ahead with, as India is in the top 10 in regards to the hotspots of the country across the world. There is need by which is been told by the Union Health Ministry that the aggressive testing has to take place. That is why India is going ahead with the indigenous vendors and manufacturers in regards to swabs, RNA swabs, that is the sample collection, RNA extraction kits, and also RT-PCR diagnostic material. So definitely the government of India along with the ICMR is scaling up, and then they are going ahead with the states are working with the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. This is very important keyword for the prelims and also mains point of view. That is National Tuberculosis Elimination Program to deploy TrueNet. So this is the TrueNet is the machine. TRUENAT. TrueNet is the machine. So this is the machine which is been used by what you say in regards to the COVID-19 testing. That is with the states are associated with the NTEP, that is National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. National Tuberculosis Elimination Program, and this is also a very important keyword which is also very important from prelims point of view, because the states are in regards to ICMR has gone ahead with scaling up the aggressive testing in regards to the COVID-19, and the states have been associated with which among the following. That is, it has been associated with National Tuberculosis Elimination Program to deploy TrueNat mission. This is important. TrueNat mission is the one which has been deployed, and this is again very important for prelims point of view. From the what do you say SNT, from the SNT, science and technology, there could be a question from the prelims point of view that which among the following is a machine, that is TrueNat machine associated with the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. And this is used in the areas or districts wherein modern virological laboratories. So wherever the modern virological laboratories are not what do you say present, or they are not much in the public, so definitely they will use the National Tuberculosis Elimination Program. Please do understand, National Tuberculosis Elimination Program using the TrueNat machine will be used wherever the modern virological laboratories are not what you say present in the areas or district, they will use there. and the country has now gone ahead with the entire 609 total labs, that is 431 public and 178 private. So this is very very important for the prelims point of view, that how many labs have been, I mean, because of the cases increasing, spiking, the country, that is ICMR, is going ahead with the more of the labs into in regards to the testing. And then you have another news, that is the ILO, that is International Labour Organization, has urged the Prime Minister of India not to dilute the labor laws. So we have seen definitely almost 2 weeks back the dilution of the labor laws in various states, especially started from MP and then UP, and then we have also seen Gujarat and also other countries, Himachal Pradesh, and also Haryana. We have seen various countries are gone ahead with the diluting of the labor laws, and then they have gone ahead with the diluting of the labor laws because they wanted to revive the business. They wanted to revive the business, or to kickstart the economic activity, or to kickstart the economic activity. So definitely in regards to reviving the business, in kickstarting the economic activity, the states have gone ahead with the amendments or diluting the labor laws, which is a cause of concern to the laborers, which is a cause of concern to the laborers, especially in regards to the number of hours daily working. It is actually 8 hours per day, but it has been increased to 12 hours per day in many of the states. So this is also a cause of concern, and then many of the labor unions have approached uh, the states, the chief ministers, and also to the central government. But as there was no such kind of positive response, then they have approached the ILO, and then the ILO has informed the trade unions of India. That is, the ILO Director General has said that, or he has urged the Prime Minister to send a clear message. So the ILO Director General has urged the Prime Minister of India, that is Narendra Modi, that to send a clear message to whom, the central and the state governments, because it is the states which have gone ahead with the amendment or the dilution of the labor law. So the ILO has gone ahead with urging the Prime Minister, urged to uphold in the sense to maintain or support the international labor laws. So international labor laws have to be, what do you say, supported or have to be maintained in India. That is what the Director General of ILO has urged the Indian Prime Minister, that is Narendra Modi, in regards to making sure that the states and the central government and the state government will encourage that social dialogue will take place, and then there will not be any kind of dilution of laws by various states. And then 10 central trade unions have approached the ILO, and in turn ILO, that is the freedom of association branch of ILO. So this is again important keyword, so which has actually pointed out in regards to urging the Prime Minister of India, that is the freedom of association branch, freedom of association branch of, so it is a branch, freedom of association is the branch of ILO. So it is the branch of ILO which has actually said that it has responded, and it is asking the Prime Minister of India to make sure that it sends a clear message to the central government and the state governments to encourage engagements in the effective social dialogue. So there are 10 unions who have approached the ILO. So just we will look at it for the benefit of the civil servant aspirants, which could be part of the, which among the following labor unions or trade unions have approached the ILO in regards to the dilution of the labor laws in India post national lockdown or during the COVID-19 pandemic situation for the revival of the business. So this could be the question. So it is in regards to the Indian National Trade Union and the All India Trade Union Congress, Hind Mazdoor Sabha, Center of Indian Trade Unions, All India United Trade Center, Trade Union Coordination Committee, Self-Employed Women's Association. Please look at it. This is also involved. Women's Association, Self-Employed Women's Association, and AICTU, All India Central Council of Trade Unions, Labour Progressive Federation, and United Trade Union Congress. So these 10 trade unions have been part of the entire they have approached the ILO, and then they have sent the representation to the ILO in regards to the dilution of labor laws in India, especially in various states, due to the revival of the business and the kickstart of the economic activity. And there is another news in regards to the international, that is China warns US of retaliation. So definitely we have seen yesterday that US was saying, or it has sent a message to the China that if at all the new security law is being implemented in Hong Kong, then US has sent a message or strong signal to China saying that US will go ahead with imposing the economic sanctions on China. Please do understand. US has said that it has sent a message to China. If China implements the new security law in Hong Kong, then US will go ahead with imposing economic sanctions. US will go ahead with imposing economic sanctions onto China. So this is what yesterday it was the news. So in retaliation, China warns US of retaliation. So it is not only that we have seen the what do you say war of words which is happening between US and China in regards to the new security law which is being almost brought which will be implemented in Hong Kong, and the US is worried about it. And US said if China is imposing, if China comes up with a new security law in Hong Kong, the US will go ahead with imposing economic sanctions on China. And in return, in return, that is the today's news. China warns the US of retaliation. So we have seen on May 25th, China has gone ahead with countermeasures to US. So this is a countermeasure. Why? Because yesterday we have seen that USA has gone ahead with cautioning or making sure that imposing economic sanctions on China if China goes ahead with a new security law in Hong Kong. So for that countermeasure from China is that we will go ahead with the retaliation. We will go ahead with the retaliation. That is what the China has gone ahead. And then China plans to impose a sedition law. So definitely China is going ahead with imposing a sedition law in Hong Kong. So imposing a sedition law in Hong Kong. So this is very important. The keyword is China is going ahead with a new security law. This is very important. New security law is that what China wants to impose in planning to pass it for Hong Kong, pass it for Hong Kong or impose in Hong Kong. Why? Because this is a new tool which has been taken up by China to defeat terrorism. Please do understand. You need to get to the basics of or the entire concept of why the new security law is being taken up by China into or onto Hong Kong. It is because it is to impose a sedition law. Why to impose a sedition law? Because it is a threat to the security. It is threat to the security of Hong Kong or to China itself. And then what kind of security? And then by the sedition law, it is a new tool which has been introduced. It will be imposed. Why? To defeat terrorism. So China is also concerned about terrorism. China is concerned about terrorism, and that is why it has come up with a new security law to combat or to defeat the terrorism. And this is the core of the entire issue. This is the core of entire issue. Please to understand. And by this Hong Kong, by this Beijing wants to ban treason in the sense betrayal or disloyalty towards China, subversion, that is rebellion or agitation towards China, and sedition is troublemaking towards China. So the main intention of Beijing planning to pass a new security law for Hong Kong is to ban treason in the sense betrayal or disloyalty by the Hong Kong citizens towards China, subversion, that is rebellion or agitation by the Hong Kong towards China, sedition, that is troublemaking from the Hong Kong towards China. And this is going on since months, and it is going on with a massive, and then generally it is a violent pro-democracy protest. So it is a pro-democracy protest. This is again a very important keyword. So what is the protest going on in Hong Kong? Since what is a very, it's at a larger scale and it is massive and often in a violent way. It is going on since last year or 1.5 years. Is the pro-democracy protest. It is a pro-democracy protest which the Hong Kong is going on, and Washington has reacted to this. And then National Security Advisor of Washington has made it very clear that if the new law is implemented in the city, that is in the Hong Kong, then the US preferential US trading status will be lost. So it is very important, and it's a concern from the US, that is preferential US trading status. US or preferential US trading status. Preferential US trading status. This is again another keyword. So you have an preferential trading status. Preferential trading status. What preferential trading status? That US and Hong Kong have the preferential trading status. So definitely Hong Kong has the preferential trading status of USF. So that will be lost if the new security law is being imposed onto Hong Kong, and that is the warning which is being given by the National Security Advisor of Washington or US. So please do understand there are various keywords here which will be very important from current affairs in regards to the current affairs of international news, current affairs, which will be very important. That is in regards to the pro-democracy protest. It was a pro-democracy protest, and then in regards to the countermeasures to defeat the terrorism, and then it is a new tool which has been taken up by the China in regards to the making sure that the new security law will ban the treason, subversion, and then sedition by the Hong Kong citizen towards the China, towards China. And then protesters, we have seen protesters are definitely going ahead with onto the streets, millions, and then they want a city's freedom, since the Hong Kong has been handed over by the British, handed over by the British to China in 1997. Please do understand, Hong Kong was handed over by the Britishers to China in 1997, and since 1997, the Hong Kong is asking or wanting, or they are going ahead with the uh, uh, protest, that they wanted to chip away, they wanted to get away or move away or separate away from Beijing, that is China, and they wanted the freedom. They wanted the freedom since 1997. There are protests which are going on in Hong Kong, and we have seen the British or the Britain, rather than British, it is Britain. It has taken the, it has taken the Hong Kong for 99 years lease, and then in 1997 it has returned back. Britain has returned back to China. Since then, almost 100 years, the people or the citizens of Hong Kong are almost used to the culture, and then in regards to the system, the history, almost with the Western culture. So please do understand, this is an extra information. Western culture, they are used to the Western culture, and now they are not able to get acclimatized with the Chinese history or Chinese culture. So definitely they wanted the freedom, and they wanted to chip away, or they wanted to move away, or they wanted to separate away, and they wanted the freedom from China. But China is wanting to go ahead with once again imposing a new security law. Hong Kong enjoys liberties unseen on the mainland, as well as legal system and then trade status. So unseen in the sense invisible. So Hong Kong enjoys liberties which are invisible on the mainland. That is, you do not have a proper legal system and trade status for the Hong Kong. So that is what is the concern now. That is why they wanted to go ahead with splitting from the Beijing or China itself, from the China, and then they wanted to separate, and they wanted to have the freedom. That is why there are protests, that is pro-democracy protests are going on in Hong Kong. And the proposed law, that is China's rubber stamp legislature. So whatever that is new security law which will be imposed onto the Hong Kong will also bypass the Hong Kong's own legislator. So the Hong Kong's legislator, the new security law will bypass the Hong Kong legislature itself, and that is the cause of concern by the Hong Kong, and they are onto the streets. And this picture very clearly depicts that let Hong Kong be Hong Kong. Let Hong Kong be Hong Kong. That is almost from 100 plus years. They have their own history, they have their own culture, and they are more acclimatized to the Western culture. So they do not want to be associated with the China. So this is the main extra information which I have given for the better understanding, for the better understanding of the entire issue what is going on, that is in regards to the new security law which the China is proposing to implement it in Hong Kong. And I hope this was a very informative and knowledgeable session for especially prelims point of view, because I have emphasized each and every topic which will be useful for prelims. It could be from geography, map based point of view, and also in regards to the economy point of view, science and technology point of view, international current affairs. So have emphasized on each and every point, and I hope This is a very, very informative and knowledgeable session to you all. And before you log out, please make sure that you are liking the video. Just a minute. You like the video and then you share the video and then do subscribe, that is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel. Please do subscribe the Let's Crack UPSC CSE English with 24 months subscription, because because you are benefited that you will be paying effectively only for 13 months. You will be paying for the amount, that is 13 months amount, the original amount of only 13 months amount, but you will get the entire 24 month subscription. So go ahead with subscribing, that is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English, by using my code SBT10, that is Sandeep Bhushan Thummala 10, wherein you will get 10% discounts on the exact amount, or the original price of the 24 month subscription, wherein it is 48,000, but the discounted price would be 43,200 when you use my code SBT10. While you use my code SBT10 to subscribe the 24 month subscription, that is for Let's Crack UPSC CS English, it will be discounted further to 43,200 rupees for the entire 24 months. And if you haven't still downloaded the Let's Crack UPSC or Unacademy Learners app, if you haven't downloaded the Unacademy Learners app, please to download and then be part of the Unacademy special classes, wherein you can have the classes or the courses of all the courses with various educators. So do take the advantage of also downloading the Unacademy Learners app and then be part of the Unacademy special classes. And then there is a Telegram link also, wherein it is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English. You can also join the Telegram link. This is the Telegram link, and then you can also join this link. And then as you are having access to the channel, that is Let's Crack UPSC CSE English channel, you can also make sure that, yes, as Johan, I'll tell you, you can also make sure that you also have access to the let's it is in regards to the UPSC CSE English in 10 minutes, so you can also have access to the channel, that is, this is a new channel, that is UPSC CSE English in 10 minutes, so you can also go ahead with this access. And daily the classes are at 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. I take up the analysis of the Hindu newspaper, and then 10:15 I go ahead with the analysis of trending editorials and articles, 10:15 a.m. So there are two timings, two sessions in regards to the YouTube channel, that is 7:30 a.m. that is analysis of the Hindu newspaper, and again 10:15 a.m. analysis of the trending editorials and articles. So Johan, I think you got the 7:30 a.m. 7:30 a.m. is the analysis of the Hindu newspaper, and 10:15 is the analysis of the trending editorials and articles. So I'll see you again once again at 10:15 a.m. And I would thank everyone, thank you all, and then all the best for your preparation. Thank you all and all the best for your preparation. I hope, Johan, you have got the, or you say, timing 7:30 early morning, that is in regards to the analysis of the Hindu newspaper, and again 10:15 I will come up for the analysis of the trending editorials and topics analysis. Thank you everyone. See you once again at 10:15 a.m.